we've all been to the football and like seen the queues at the toilets and thought, how long could this really take? Like, what's the longest you waited at a bathroom at a sporting event?
It could be like 15, 20 minutes.
And how long do you reckon like you would wait to go find your friend if they hadn't come back from the toilet?
I mean, I don't know. I might just let them fuck off. I don't care.
Well, that seems like what this guy's friends did, because a guy went to the toilet and was lost for 10 years.
I might start looking for him around year 2.
First year he can get fucked, but the second year.
When you go back for like the third time to the same game, we're like, hey, is he still here, I wonder?
Well, yeah, so he went to Italy to watch FC Basel take on Inter Milan in a Champions League qualifier in 2004. Mm-hmm. However, after the match, he went to the toilet, but became disoriented and couldn't find his friends. And this guy's from Switzerland.
That's not that far from Italy, so he should have been able to at least make it home, even if he got completely separated from them. What is wrong with this guy? So,
yeah, well, he decided he ended up sleeping rough as a result, and he had 20 euros in his pocket and no phone, so he wandered into Milan. People gave him food and cigarettes, and one student offered him a sleeping bag.
Nice.
He was reported missing after the game, but because he didn't have any close relatives and had reportedly been living in a rehab center, he stayed in Italy. He took showers in a public washroom once a week and visited the local library.
There you go. There you go. Sounds like you had a pretty sweet deal. There's probably worse places that you could end up getting lost and not finding your friends again than Milan. I don't know, but
like Ho Chi Minh City.
I mean, you're gonna have to let me know about that. But yeah, yeah, I feel though, like as a friend of somebody, you probably would spend a lot of time after the game being like, hey, Frank hasn't come back after going to the toilet in the first half. We should probably look for him. So.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like maybe after the first week, you should be looking fairly heavily. I
mean, as well, like I'm sure, like myself, you've been to lots of stadiums, lots of events where, you will go to the bar and come back to your friends or whatever the case may be. Or you might go get some food. You might go to the toilets, whatever. It's not that difficult to find your way around a stadium. It's quite it's not like, usually you don't have to go too far. So, and they have these people.
You want to be pretty drunk.
Yeah, even still, they have these people you can say, hey, where's my seat? Here's my ticket. And they'll point you in the direction. So, I feel like this is a crazy one, but hey, he's probably just covering up for being abducted by aliens, and he doesn't want to let anyone know about the anal probes that he received on a daily basis. And
enjoyed.
Of course. After a certain amount of time, you just get used to it, and it's you dig it then. So, so I hear on the internet.
Yeah. Well, what is the funniest porn star name you've heard?
Wow. I don't know, something like a Candy Sparkles or something like that, or something like ridiculous.
There's a list of the funniest names and where they are now, from Indiana Bones to Wesley Pipes.
Nice.
Yeah, Wesley Pipes, Indiana Bones, or the English porn legend Ben Dover.
Oh, Ben Dover, yeah. Well, no.
Or the iconic Seymour Butts.
Seymour is iconic, in fairness.
There was a guy called Small Hands.
I'm not sure that's the one you'd go with by choice. That must have been given to him, I think.
Apparently his wife, who's also an adult entertainment specialist, has always made fun of me because I have little baby hands for a grown man. And literally, I just wrote it down because I couldn't think of anything else.
I mean, take 15 minutes, drink a coffee, think of something else. Small hands. What the hell? I feel like he could have worked a little bit harder to get a new name there. But yeah, good for him leaning into it like that. I've lost your sound, I think. Got nothing. No sound.
Okay, now?
Yeah, got you now. Yeah.
There we go. Then we have Ben Dover, whose real name is Simon Honey. The star
that
of
would have worked as well.
Films.
Simon Honey is not too bad, but then, Ben Dover is quite, if that's the name, if you're going to be a porn star, everyone's kicking themselves that they can get that name. So.
Yeah, well, he won AVNs for Best Gonzo Award twice for Ben Dover's Endgames in 2002 and Ben Dover's The Booty Bandit in 2006.
Booty Bandit is a classic, so.
Watched it many times myself. Seymour Butt is an actor and director who specializes in the gonzo genre of pornography. And he supposedly created it. He's taken part in reality shows, including Showtime's Family Business.
Yeah, I remember that show. Yeah, it's like, I feel like if you're going to get into the porn business, getting into the porn business with your parents is not the best way to go about it, because that's just a little bit odd. But hey, they did it and they made a lot of money, so good for them. But yeah, Seymour Butts, what a name. It's almost as good as Ben Dover.
Almost.
Yeah.
What is the weirdest diet you've ever heard of?
Weirdest diet? I don't know. There's that one that people only eat fruit. That's all. That's kind of weird to me. But yeah, I don't know why. Because is there something cooler and funner out there?
Yeah, well, someone says, I live on a diet of raw meat, and what do you think the next part is? Other than raw meat, what do they eat?
Raw meat and chocolate bars. Why not?
Not quite. Probably a little bit more tasty. Vaginal discharge.
Oh, it's not normally counted as a dietary thing. Just something that you naturally end up with. But interesting.
Along with breast milk and to be more alpha and aggressive.
To be more alpha. All right. Well, look, if that's floating your boat, good for you. But where's this person getting the vaginal discharge from? Is like their partner being like, here's my discharge today.
It must be. It's a guy from Chicago, a bouncer from Chicago.
Oh, interesting.
He started eating 2 pounds of uncooked meat a day, including chicken, beef, pork, lamb, and goat.
All right. Well, he's not going to be alive for very long, so that's good.
Well, clearly it's working for him.
I'm no doctor, but medically, I'll give you all the advice you need. And eating raw chicken, I wouldn't recommend it. But if it works for him, it works for him, I guess. But
it does go on to say that he gets it from his ex-partners, and he says it's like drinking a probiotic yogurt.
Never gonna look at a probiotic yogurt in the same way. Yeah. Look, Some people are into crazy diets. This one seems well thought out and all natural. So, can't complain. Yeah. All right. Good for him. I'm glad he has a steady supply of those materials, those ingredients.
Well, it does go on to say, when speaking about how he got the idea for drinking vaginal discharge and breast milk, he said, "I was with a lady that was producing milk and I tasted it. I thought it was kind of sweet and delicious and yummy, and the idea hit me. It was a girl I was seeing and being more intimate with. I leave raw milk out and ferment it to yogurt. I sucked it out and thought I'd add it to my milk, and it turned out fantastic."
Okay. I wonder every time when he meets a new lady, is he like, "I gotta tell you about what I eat for dinner."
Well, he would have to at some point. It's a matter of when do you bring it up? Do you have that in your dating profile?
Just on your Tinder. By the way, I drink breast milk and vaginal discharge, and if you want to supply me, I'm cool with that. It's cool. Don't worry about it.
He says, "You are what you eat. No matter what money you have, if you're not healthy, then that's what it comes down to, food and diet. You have that brainwash. You're told to eat cooked all your life, so it lingers. But after about 2 years, it feels natural. I still look at my poop every day to look for worms."
All right, that was an unnecessary detail, but yeah, people like to do different things, so why not? Why not this? This seems like just a natural evolution of weird shit that people do. So yeah, I don't think I'll be taking part. That's just too far. Yeah, well, not this week. I got my diet planned out for this week already. So, yeah, mostly cooked food and no vaginal discharge or breast milk. Yeah,
just semen.
It's just you got to do with what you got in your cabinets and stuff in your freezer. So that's all.
Now, do you think that what's the most unique strategy you've heard of a football owner to club owner to help their players play better?
Well, I'm going to go down the boring route here and say bribing them with cash. If you do better, you will get more money. That kind of thing. But I'm presuming there's something to do with ladies coming up here. I don't know.
No, you're way off. So Mohammed Al Fayed gave Fulham players Viagra to make sure they scored.
Are we still talking about football here, or?
He used to dish out the sex pills to give his stars a lift before kickoff.
I thought it was going to be like, instead of the halftime oranges that we used to get as kids, be like, no, have your halftime Viagra. You really got to work hard in the second half. What is going on, man? Who came up with that idea? That's a cool one.
Well, he told a magazine, "When I was a player, he went through a phase of coming into the dressing room before games to hand out Viagra tablets to the players, saying, 'Make sure you win and you can have a good weekend.'"
So if you lose, you get a shitty weekend. No Viagra for you, pal. And it's, yeah, well, there you go. If they, look, if it boosted their performance in one way or the other, success. But that is definitely a far reach from what I was expecting to come up here, to be quite honest.
In 1999, the owner famously strode into the dressing room as then boss Kevin Keegan was about to give his pre-match pep talk and handed out gold to the players. They turned out to be chocolate bars wrapped in gold foil. Al Fayed told the team, "Here you go, boys. Get stuck in. It's full of Viagra."
Ah, yes. the everyone has an erection football match that couldn't be shown on Match of the Day. The highlights of that were like not suitable for public consumption.
I reckon that's a new Olympic event they should have. The 100-meter erection dash.
I think it would make sports way more interesting. It'd be like, can you perform this sport while you've got a full-on raging hard-on? I think that'd be... How
much better hurdles would be. Or pole vault. Or even gymnastics.
Yeah, it'd be it'd be
a rudder for swimming too, like you're changing direction.
Yeah, I think in that case, the Olympics would be different. The world records would be, for some sports, would go up and others would go down, I think. So it's just the way it is. But I like it. I think it's a whole new invention of sport, a whole new angle at sport, and it would make it better in lots of ways. And you'd get more people going just to look at boners as well. So,
well, imagine also like sports like so a lot of people like to watch women's beach volleyball because the women are in tight outfits. But imagine the men in Speedos with with an erection.
The diving would be very popular. Yeah, I think there's a market for this. I think the people who are into sports entertainment, they should look at this as a viable new product. I think it would be great.
Yeah. Well, speaking of indecent exposure, the health and safety executive in the UK has issued a warning for what?
Showing your balls to people in nursing homes.
No, that's promoted by them. They actually say it improves health and safety.
All right.
They've warned construction workers that flashing builder's bum in the scorching summer can kill.
No, it can't.
The UV radiation and sunburn you can get from having your arse on display. And it's also hard to reach with sunscreen, they pointed out.
Is it? I don't know. I feel like I can reach my arse. So
speak for yourself.
I'm just
like
saying.
Someone's got practice.
I've been, studying flexibility for a long time. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we've, been a species for many decades now, and builder's bum has been a part of it from the very beginning. And as far as I'm aware, nobody has ever died from having a sunburnt arse.
Well, no, apparently it's a very serious issue which has killed many people.
I need to see proof of this because I've never ever heard of it, and I know all about all the reasons people die, obviously. So,
and a lot more about builder's bum than most people care to imagine.
I've built some stuff, and I have to make sure that I'm wearing the proper attire when I do so.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, well, you'll get how this is linked out in a moment. So what is the most interesting election incentive / bribe you've heard of? / policies to basically bribe people to vote for them.
Well, I'm going to just go down the board. I'm going to say my initial thought is just go the money route, but I'm just based on the story we had a moment ago, I'm going to say free Viagra if you vote for me. Something like that.
I mean, that's a bit immature. As if they would do something like that. It's actually a free penis enlargement surgery.
Free? Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Instagram influencer Juju Ferrari hopes to deploy the penis plan should she be elected to parliament.
So she's just sick of unwrapping dudes and finding small penises. She wants some bigger things to play with. That's what's going on there. So it's a win-win for everybody.
4.2 million followers on Instagram, and she's running for the election in Sao Paulo, Brazil. And she says it's a matter of health.
Is it health for the gentlemen who need the enlargements, or is it health of the person who is trying to use the smaller penis for their own?
Well, she says it's because she always gets a lot of messages from men talking about this surgery, saying they want to have it, but the cost is too high.
Okay.
And it restores the self-esteem of many people out there.
Okay. I'm all about getting your self-esteem pumped up, but I feel
we're all
it.
about big dicks too.
I mean, look, everyone's got to have a hobby, right? So it's all good. It's all good. Nobody's
is. I've traveled all around the world to see them conducted in person.
Just need to make sure everyone's happy with what they're putting out there, So
that's why I'm here in Saigon to check out the local penis enlargement surgery community.
I'm sure you'll find a lot of good research there. So I'm looking forward to your findings.
Yeah. Now, a couple have been warned that their sex is too noisy by neighbors.
Yes.
And what do you think they're louder than? The neighbors have said their sex is louder than what?
If I remember correctly, they said that it was louder than the TV at full volume.
No, lawnmowers.
Fuck that. Lawnmowers. Okay.
And they said, so one of the people living nearby said it was terribly loud. I was mowing my lawn at 12:30 p.m. one Sunday and I could still hear them. I had to go and get my earphones.
I mean, if you're mowing the lawn outside your bedroom window so you can peek in, it's not their fault. So, anyway, who cares? People have sex. That's fine. They can be as loud as they want. I don't think people should.
Well, they've been warned that they need to reduce the noise when engaging in sexual relations. The mom of one admitted that they were at it morning, noon, and night, but said it's not as if I'm a screamer.
She is though. But what I think people should just be like happy for other people. Be like, oh, cool, they're getting laid. Nice. It's like treat it as a competition, and the next time you are getting lucky, just be as loud as you fucking can. See what they say, and everyone needs to just join in. It makes it more fun. So, also, if you live not near the kind of people who complain about that shit, you should probably, I don't know, fuck them up somehow.
Have sex outside the window.
Yeah, just out in the back garden, make it louder, buy some microphones, amplifiers, that kind of thing. It'd be good.
Yeah. Well, you've listened to people having sex loud a fair few times, and
of course,
you've masturbated to death a few times.
Not regularly, but
Well, masturbation addiction could lead to major health complications and even death. See the signs.
Always trying to say that it could lead to death. Look, we're all going to die of something. May as well be something fun. So I don't know what the problem is. Whoever this person with this ridiculous report came from, or what their problem is, but
it says you'll start encountering physical side effects. You might want to consider what it is doing to your psychological well-being and personal relationships. Now, you've been known to masturbate and upset friends.
I mean, both of those things are not mutual. they happen outside of each other also, but yeah,
and in front of each other.
I mean, all the time, yeah. But it's like, hey, let's have a dinner party, and before the main course is served, they're just gonna sit here for a minute and do this. It's all good. We have a good time. Everyone knows what to expect. But yeah, just don't obsess about it. It's fine. Look, we're all going to die, so don't worry about what's going to kill you. It's going to be something. If it's masturbation,
die, may as well be doing something what you love.
Yeah, do something that you enjoy and that you are very good at. So there you go. Oh man, yeah. This is why I was kicked out of the church. But hey.
Yeah. Some people are saying that people do it as a mental escape whenever they encounter a stressful scenario.
Yeah, that works. It's like, hey, I'm stressed. Just gonna rub one out. And people, people say things like, hey, this meeting is not the appropriate time to do that. Hey, dude, you're on the fucking bus. This is the supermarket. And
this is a funeral.
Look, that's what you're doing over there is your business. What I'm doing over here is my business. So what are you paying attention to me for? So yeah,
it was my mother's funeral. I'll do whatever I want.
This is my time. All right. Nobody invited you. Just look away.
She always said she wanted me to enjoy my life. And
anyway, I mean, sometimes it does get quite loud, you've got to scream and let yourself know that you're doing well. Especially when you're approaching that moment, just hold off for a second.
And sometimes you forget to bring some tissues, and then you're walking around your mother's funeral covered in jizz, looking for something to clean up.
As long as it doesn't projectile into somebody else's hair, like happened a few times. That I don't see the problem. It's all good. It's all good.
If you hit the floor and miss the casket, it's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
She's getting cremated anyway. Who cares?
Look, everybody's got their hobbies. I've said this a few times today, and just everyone should mind their own fucking business, right? So the funerals need to be livened up anyway, in many ways. There's all these people sitting around fucking moaning and crying. Just be happy. It's all good. Like you should be happy because you're still alive, and make the most of it.
You should be proud that you get to witness such an event.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, here are the signs of masturbation addiction. Masturbating so frequently that it interrupts other aspects of your personal or professional life.
Okay.
Difficulty waiting to get home to masturbate, resulting in self-pleasuring in uncomfortable or inappropriate places.
But I don't know. I mean, if you get used to doing it while you're driving. I mean, anyway, continue.
While you're riding a bike, swimming in a small swimming pool. Engaging in masturbation as a response to stressful situations or emotional discomfort. Genital irritation or other symptoms of injury.
You got to learn how not to injure yourself. Okay, you got to learn that. That's basics.
You got to work your muscles up. You got to be doing weights on your preferred arm.
Yeah, it's worth buying some additional products to help you not rip the cock off yourself. Besides from that, just practice makes perfect. They always say that.
Feeling overwhelming guilt or shame after masturbating.
Oh, well, I don't know if that's a sign of addiction.
Inability to reduce or stop masturbating even though you want to.
All right. Inability to stop or reduce. Okay.
If it becomes an obsession for you or is affecting your daily life, it could be time to speak to your GP or sexual health professional. Imagine how much fun it would be to go to your GP and just be like, I'm feeling pretty bad. I can't stop masturbating.
I just feel like the phrase "consult your sexual health professional." It's like everyone has one.
Yeah, who doesn't have one that they see regularly? I almost think if you have a sexual health professional, that's probably a sign that there are problems.
There's probably something going on. Yeah. I think, but again, I think that there's some people out there who have very basic lives. They don't do an awful lot outside of their, very mundane situations, and they spend most of the time yanking themselves silly. So, I mean, I think, what's the problem? If that's what they want to do? Don't call it an addiction. They're not costing. I mean, they're not really costing themselves much in terms of money or health or anything like that. They're just enjoying themselves. It's all good. So, anyone out there who feels like you have a masturbation addiction, you don't. You just love yourself a lot. That's all. So,
spoken by a true sexual health professional.
Yeah, I feel bad about it, but hey, what can you do? Oh well. Speaking of which, we just need to pause the podcast for a second. Just gotta rub one out right now.
Not just us, the listeners too.
Yeah.
This is we should have masturbation breaks in the podcast.
And now you're satisfactorily turned on. It's time for everybody to take a quick break. You know why?
As your sexual health professional, I'm here to remind you that it's your 20-minute warning to rub one out.
It's a perfect sponsorship opportunity. If any hand lotion company wants to get in touch, or a tissue company or something, I think we could up your sales seriously here. So so there you go. From next week, masturbation break.
Now, what's the sexiest ghost you've ever seen?
Sexiest ghosts?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not even sure I've ever seen a sexy ghost. So you're gonna have to tell me what's going on here.
Well, a ghost hunter of 20 years says she met the sexiest spirit she'd ever seen in an old West Yorkshire boozer, where the handsome ghoul launched a flirty charm offensive.
Sounds like she just met a dude. Was trying it on with her. He's like, I'm totally a ghost. Yeah. She's like, what do you do? And she said, I'm a ghost hunter. He's like, I'm a fucking ghost. I'm a ghost you tomorrow.
She said, the sexiest spirit she's ever seen flirted with her at a very, very old pub, which left her with a tickle.
Oh.
She was taken aback by a handsome figure who proceeded to woo her with a so-called word bank. She and her team were investigating what is now known as Jack's Craft Ale House and Diner in Flockton, West Yorkshire, when she was struck by the good looks of an Erie resident.
First of all, that place sounds made up. So...
Well, that part of it is not made up, but... Oh, okay. She told the Daily Mail that she suspects the ghost, potentially named Marcus, fancied himself a buxom wench on the night of their visit last September.
People called Marcus tend to fancy themselves a buxom wench, from my experience. Sure. So She said, we've had some flirtatious spirits. We went to a very, very old pub, and I sensed this guy who was, he was stunning, to be fair. I can't believe I'm saying this, but he was this stunning guy with a ruffled shirt, and we had what we call a word bank, so spirits can manipulate it and spell words out. Okay. So he wasn't speaking to her. He was pointing out words in her word bank.
They were live streaming it on Facebook, and the word thick appeared on a laptop on a pub table, followed by bar. She explained it's called an Alice box, and the words that were coming out, one after the other, were flirtatious words. It was really crazy, and all the others were like, wow, we've never seen anything like this. He was definitely speaking to me. I think he thought, I'll have this buxom wench. Definitely was quite comical.
I'd believe this more if somebody was saying, "Oh, he was totally into Tracy there. Yeah, he was flirting with her, saying the words to her. Not, yeah, he was into me. He wanted me." It was like, was he really? I don't know. Feel like you're making it up. But I mean, good for her though. At the same time, she's getting off on that. Then awesome. And to relate it to the last story, I'm sure she has enjoyed herself on that thought many a time since. So.
Yeah, well, she admitted to feeling a tickle and getting giddy.
There you go. That's all it takes.
She took a seat at the pub where she instantly had a vision of a vagabond sleeping on a bench beside her 200 years ago.
That's how they get you. That's how they pull you in. They're like, I was a vagabond 200 years ago on a bench. Oh, yeah.
Soon the Alice box threw up, need water, before the hilarious flirting commenced with erotic. Rachel asked her team, "Have you seen me like this? I need a room. He fancies me." Another investigator asked the ghost whether he liked Rachel. Another light tool began to flash, and the words "drawing room" and "the wall" came up on the Alice box.
Doesn't sound like a yes to me.
This doesn't even sound flirtatious or anything.
No, not at all. It's like, do you like her? Drawing room. What? The wall.
Am I attractive? Need water.
Oh my.
These are the pickup lines people need to be trying at home.
This is why my lines never worked on anyone. I was using the wrong ones. You
were saying you look attractive when you should have been saying need water.
Oh yeah, you look like you need water.
I actually want to go out to the dodgy streets here and go up to them and say, just when they come up and just be like, need water.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Well, have you ever lost something with a USB with stuff on it?
Yeah. I think I know the story you're going to bring up here, and I did the same thing. Lost all my Bitcoins.
So. No, yeah. That's not the story we're bringing up here.
All right. Okay. Well, that's for another day then. It's fine.
I think your precious collection of pornography that you had so curiously downloaded.
Listen, that's backed up several times, so I never actually lose it. All right, I'm careful with that shit. I'm not stupid, but but yeah, that's obviously. I've lost USBs before, for sure. Yeah, nothing. I'm too.
Well, did that have the personal data of an entire city?
Let me think. No, not the entire city.
So a council worker in the city of Amagasaki in Western Japan lost a USB with the personal data of the entire city.
Wow. How much did he get paid to lose it? I mean,
well, only 460,000 residents.
460,000, yeah.
With compromising details such as names, addresses, dates of births, bank account numbers.
I mean, this sounds like a certain Nigerian prince has been looking for this information for a long time.
And he was going to give me $5 million to help.
Yeah. The new one is they're like, I have $36 million. You can have 40% of it. No, fuck you. I want 60.
The newer ones is, I transferred you money already. Now you need to transfer it back. I've transferred too much.
Yeah.
For your refund.
Every time I do that, it's like something goes wrong and they don't get the money. I don't know why, but I have to do it again. It's just such a pain. But hey, there you go. Yeah.
Pretty disappointing, really.
But yeah, I think if I had a single USB with all of the people's information on it, I would be a little bit careful with it. So obviously this person wasn't. So
yeah, well, Yeah, it's just a little bit of cash that went missing. I mean, it's not. Data that went missing. It's not.
I mean, yeah, I would imagine he lost the information. He also miraculously did end up with $5 million in his bank account, and
there's more to the story. He was he lost a bag carrying the device after a night drinking and eating at a restaurant. Mm-hmm. Probably more of the drinking.
Possibly. Yeah, I think that's a good shout. Still, maybe don't bring your work stuff to a restaurant where you're going to be drinking lots. That's what I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, you got to take work home with you, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess. But, just be careful and make backups of all things you're taking, even if they tell you not to, so that if you lose something, you can be like, no, there's the real one. Honest, I didn't lose it. It's fine.
True. Well, if you get stuck in a weird situation, such as you're swimming at the beach and a shark appears, mm-hmm. How do you react to it?
Just tell the shark to fuck off. He'll just leave you alone. Just be like, fuck off, shark.
I would have done better, yeah. He'll know by my tone that I'm an alpha male and he'll fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like that's the way to go with it.
Well, in this case, swimmers stand up to a shark by hitting its head with a mop.
Right. Where was this shark? Was it like in a fast food restaurant?
In Turkey. On a beach.
I feel like, who brought a mop to the beach? What were they doing with it? Why did they have a mop on the beach?
They're trying to clean up all the water.
Like, you got everything? Yeah, we got the sandwiches, the drinks, we got the cooler. Did you bring them up? Oh yeah, shit, bring them up. So yeah, crazy times, but good fun. Don't forget to do
children
chores.
Screaming outside here. Not saying this is a cheap hotel, but you can hear everything going on in the hallways at the moment.
Oh, there's going to be naughty sounds at the end of the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a matter of time until that happens. I'm actually surprised it hasn't been. You can rent this hotel by the hour, so...
I wonder why you would do such a thing.
Well, I wonder who would bring their kids to a place like that.
I mean, look, everyone's got to have a part-time job, so... But it'd be better if they could rent it out for like half an hour. Sometimes you don't need a full hour, and then you got to sit around.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. And this is actually a video I want to film. Is actually going to one of those places and asking if I could rent it for 5 minutes because I don't last very long.
Yeah, and again, by yourself. just by myself. I just need 5 minutes. Is that cool? This is why we travel, to get a broader knowledge of cultures from different places. So it's a good time.
Yeah, you get a broad experience of life. Now, you also get to experience weird things. Now, what's the weirdest concern you've had with what's in cigarettes?
I don't know. Weirdest concern with what's in cigarettes. I suppose way back when I used to smoke, it would just be whether it was laced with rat poison or not. I don't know. I didn't really think about it. So
I mean, that would be quite a win actually compared to this, because British cigarettes on the black markets, which are being spiked because there's been cheap fakes, a lot of them sold, could be laced with what? What do you think they could have laced it with?
Oh, vaginal discharge?
No, it's even worse. Poo.
Did you just say what I think you said?
Yeah. Now, how does it even happen?
I mean, I've heard of shitty knockoffs cigarettes before. Well, come on.
Actually, speaking of which, we were in a market earlier, and I walked in, and the woman's like, "You want t-shirt? I show you t-shirt." I'm like, "Not really, but I'll have a look." And then she shows me the t-shirt, and she's like, "How much you want?" I'm like, "I don't really want it." And she's like, $250. And then I'm like, "Yeah, I don't want it." And she's like, "Okay, 200. I'm like, "I don't want it." And she's like, 150. I'm like, "I don't want it." And then she's like, 100, last price. I'm like, "I do not want this."
I know, it was starting to become a bargain. You should have picked it up.
But it was just some shitty t-shirt that I wasn't even interested in. So gangs are cashing in on soaring prices as smokers in the North and Midlands struggle to afford legitimate cigarettes, found the makers of Marlboro. Now, it is odd that the makers of legitimate cigarettes would do research and find that there is poo in fake cigarettes.
I'm surprised they didn't find that they were laced with gold and platinum and bitcoins. Yeah, they're like, no, it's literally it's shit in the cigarettes. You need to smoke our good cigarettes. There's nothing bad in those.
Ours have vitamins and.
From tomorrow on, we're putting Viagra in all the cigarettes. So you know what's going on.
Well, almost 1 in 5 smokes puffed in the UK is either contraband or counterfeit, according to a report by Philip Morris. And nearly 1 in 3 in the Northeast and more than 1 in 4 in Yorkshire and the Humber.
I mean, if you're gonna sell cigarettes, maybe make them cheaper. So if you don't want people smoking,
well, I thought the whole thing of like them being more expensive was meant to discourage people.
Yeah, but it's not. It's just making them smoke the knockoff. So maybe the so-called legitimate cigarette makers could take some of these production methods into their own business.
Yeah. Maybe Philip Morris needs to hire a professional shitter to have a conveyor belt of people with diarrhea to add to the cigarettes.
I feel like what happened here, though, if this is a genuine thing and not just made up by the cigarette company, but a genuine thing, like the counterfeit people were like, we're going to make cigarettes. All right, how do we do it like without have cost, like low cost? And just put any old shit in it. And some dude was like, okay.
Any old shit? Are you sure?
Just any old shit. No, you don't want to put like tobacco in it. Just shit. Okay.
Well, I took a shit yesterday. I guess that'll have to do.
Strangely, I kept it, so it's gonna work. It's fine. Wow. All right. Glad I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. So, because who knows what's in them these days? You could literally be smoking shit. All right.
Well, God knows something worse.
I can't imagine much worse.
Now, you've been saying for years what science has finally confirmed that.
Time. Yeah.
Sorry?
I'm always ahead of my time. So it's about time they come.
I mean, what have you been saying again? Just remind all of us.
I think you should remind us so that, it's that I can react to it then.
Oh, well, you've been saying that the clitoris and the penis are similar.
Mm-hmm. The science has just confirmed it. So
do scientific research.
It's just, this is one of those things. I'm like, they're in that area, they're the same. So, yeah.
They both have erectile tissue. They both have a type of foreskin. They both have glands, and both swell and get larger when aroused.
Yep. Sounds like research I did. So finally, science is catching up with the old Dave research.
Well, we've spoken about the Gimp Man of Essex recently.
Yes.
And he's actually doing for the community. He's made his grand return and reveals he's raised £3,000 for charity.
Nice. There you go. There's a good Gimp.
I think we need more Gimps out there, fighting the good fight and raising money for charity.
could have teams of gimps just walking around together, just like the local gimp squad, raising money for charity by gimping around.
It doesn't bite and doesn't break any laws. I'm a normal guy who just likes wearing the suit. It's a bit of an escape for me.
Yeah. How did he raise the money? Does it say?
Doesn't really say. It just says that he's been raising money somehow.
Okay. Sweet. Well,
he even donates £1 to the cause whenever anybody posts a photo of him online from his wanderings around the area.
Okay, there you go. So £1 for every photo. I think we need to start getting these photos and posting them more.
Yeah, let's just start posting them. Yeah.
Every week we need to let him know that we have a picture of him on our podcast, and he has to donate every time someone sees it. So
we create a bot to just keep posting fake profiles of Gimp Man and
yeah. I feel like we're doing charities there.
Sorry. Yeah, we're helping charity by supporting the Gimp Man.
Yeah, why not?
I've always said gimps make the world go round.
Part of it.
Well, now you've been known to send a dirty message to an escort while sitting next to a young daughter at a baseball game.
I mean, somebody's daughter, yeah. So. Dad has been caught passing the time while watching a game with his young daughter by sexting an escort. And a spectator sitting at one row behind him and his little girl, rather than watching the game unfolding before him, the father has been busy sending messages that contain some rather sexual content. All right. Good. Yeah, I approve. I feel like the nosy person who has reported this should mind their own fucking business. Sometimes you got to get your sexting away, at a time that suits. That's all.
So in the exchange of the text messages, it says, okay, so for $100 gift card, I get 30 minutes with you. I can make out with you before getting into some really nasty stuff. I can eat your pussy and fuck you raw. Is that all correct?
That's correct. So, $100 gift card for where? As seems like it would depend. So,
sorry.
Yeah, I'm not like
that. Sorry.
I'm just gonna say, like, for where it was this $100 gift card. Because if it was for something that could be only used at like $5 increments.
Knock off cigarettes.
In that case, no. If it's $100 voucher for like visits to you, no, that's not. You got to have actual value to this. So yeah, I'm not down with that. But yeah, I mean, hey, he's negotiating a deal. What's wrong with that? He's just that's capitalism. So yeah.
Yeah, probably not something you want to do next to your daughter though.
I mean, just next time, make sure the nosy fucker behind you is not like seeing what you're typing. So.
Next time.
Yeah, next time. This guy was an amateur, by the way. You gotta be aware of all your surroundings. Make sure you're not giving all the details, because that person could steal your escort right there. You find out who it is, get in before you offer them more of a gift card and stuff. So, be fucking careful out there with what you're doing. So,
yeah.